Greetings once more. Well, well, well. Our pirates have found themselves now at the head of a new council. A war council. Kind of an unusual thing. But, even in times of need, a pirate's not dumb enough to keep to themselves. Sometimes you need someone by your back to watch after things. And of course, you've managed to find a few more friends, allies along the way. Nonetheless, war's brewing. They've got their armada. Are they ready? Well, join me, and we'll discuss. I'll tell you the tale, and you'll learn what happens next. Yeah. Greetings, everybody. Welcome. I haven't adjusted Momo or Erik just in case Henry shows up, because we don't know.
Fair enough.
Probably by the break if we don't hear from him.
Yeah, I did that. It's the best I can do.
Well, I mean, if something came up, something came up. Hopefully, it's just... I thought he poked us. He said something earlier, though, but I don't know. Things happen, so let's hope we just hear it and it's nothing major. Anyway.
Woo. Hopefully not.
Mm-hmm. So, if you had missed last week, there was some nice meetings with various people, and, you negotiated, Yaalkol got married, sort of.
Yaalkol got married, then Yaalkol has a beaver friend now from this also a god from another plane.
I still don't believe it.
Oh, yeah, I forgot about your beaver friend that you could talk with. Mm-hmm.
I'm the only one without a pet.
Yeah, we gotta change it.
We forgot to mention to you, you now know Tim Nibbles, beaver extraordinaire.
Tim Nibbles.
Yeah.
He is a ranger, I believe.
Yeah, he's a ranger beaver, and he is from the Outer Plains. Is probably some form of Eldrakar. Maybe, perhaps. But you can speak with him, because remember we mentioned Yaalkol can speak beaver.
That's true.
Bizarre meme from Final Fantasy something.
it's a meme
Final
from
Fantasy 3 or something.
I think it was 2, where the one character's like, I can speak beaver. And I was like, I named it Erik because I named the characters after everybody in the game.
Yeah, and I think I made a joke about, because everyone was talking about the languages they can speak session 2, and I was like, I just started labeling off like nonsense languages.
Look, it came back to it now. The meme is real.
Now it's just a bit.
Now it's a bit. Anyway, Tim's has moved in, you got married, you met with a bunch of people, you've assembled the mighty fleet, ready to take on the Shilaxian armada that is approaching. And now, you were headed back to Gwent, I believe?
We are going to Gwent.
Yeah.
I believe we're not going to go talk to Olga because she has drama. We have to deal with that.
She does have...
We
Yeah.
need a drama in our life.
Well, so she's like fighting a civil war with her warrior friends. Oh, ex-lover, same thing.
Yeah, and her, like, it turns out that her first mate is just egging it on.
The drama fiend.
Yeah, I don't know if we want to associate with that. We're already associating with a psychopath and a barbarian, so...
Yeah, well, it's more like, I don't think we want to put into work. I think we're a little we're lazy.
I don't really worry about that too much.
I think we're good.
I think we're at Gwent.
Yeah, we're going to sail to Gwent. Wow.
All right. So, it doesn't take a lot of difficulty for you to arrive back at Gwent and meet with Tessa. She'll be like, how did everything go?
Well, we got... everyone we talked to agreed to join. I think they all must have already arrived, or was soon to arrive. Yaalkol's married. That happened.
Congratulations.
She has a look of disapproval of all of this.
She'll go, congratulations, and look at Myste and be like, I guess?
You know, the people of Violok have a weird tradition where if you beat them in a fight, then you just get married.
I don't know if that's Violok.
I warned these people not to associate with those types, but they don't listen.
Well, look, Misty, their manpower is very useful when we're fighting Jellics. Look, I'm overconfident as literally anyone could be, okay? But, like, I'm a little scared about the fight with Jellics, okay? I should say something.
Yeah, I'm just sort of down for whatever. So that's why I did it. Seemed kind of interesting.
I personally, keep that between us. I hope, like, they all die during the fight so we don't actually have to worry about it.
That's even worse.
I mean,
Look.
that's just as likely.
Hey, look. I mean, I'm not gonna, like, assist in that, obviously, because we want their help to win. But, you know, it's useful when sometimes, like, your problems kind of just go away.
Oops, you did.
Anyway.
Yes, anyway.
How's the planning been going? With, I think, I saw, the ship of good old, I'm looking for his name. What's the, good old Captain Aranox in the port?
Yes.
I assume.
Aranax did arrive quite rapidly once the message, word came to him. He didn't bring his entire fleet with him. Of course, I believe he's going to call upon them when needed, but he wanted to leave a contingent in Hell's Harbor for now, as he's been on... You've put him more on the defensive with this information. I mean, I assume he assumed something was going on from your previous works with him, but...
Even I do have an open line of communication.
Now, the question has been, who will lead our fleet? It has been a discussion, and between Aranox, myself, and your lot, we thought that us as the core members of this, we should decide who should be the Grand Admiral.
Not much of an admiral type.
Personally, I would also not prefer it, but...
I would take it. I recently did command the admiralty position, I guess, of the battle over Dragon's Roost against Harrigan.
Nonetheless,
Got point.
whoever
Decisive.
leads the fleet will gain a large chunk of the glory.
And likely a lot of trouble afterwards with a certain king.
Yeah, let's be real. If we want, between the three of us, Aranax, you, and our group, I feel like the one willing to take the biggest ire from good old Bonefist is us. Because he will definitely act after our victory.
Oh, he's not going to be happy, no.
He would not target you as a group, is what I imply, though. Whoever takes
The
charge
individual.
may find themselves in the eyes of the shackles.
Yes. A hero, perhaps.
Listen, I'm trying to not feel like I'm trying to stay humble, okay? I'm really trying. But I feel like we shouldn't worry about that. I feel like we should pick whoever is best at leading our ships so we can beat Jellics.
The fleet does need an admiral, and you did just command a battle that was very decisive.
I mean, I'll gladly take the position, but...
But even so, what a Grand Admiral usually is more of a figurehead than an actual leader.
That's why, Pat Yaalkol, this one has been your figurehead, so why not him?
That's fair. We could do that. If it's gonna be a figurehead. Because, no offense, Yaalkol, but if it came to actually leading ships, he'd be terrible.
There still might be a requirement to make decisions, though.
You're making me flip-flop.
Instead of a single,
Well-
a council of that.
Well, if we put your ship in charge of the fleets, that might make a difference, too. The orders will come down from Yaalkol, but how those orders come about will be determined by perhaps members of the crew advising. Though I would wish advisors do not have him yet again find himself in a relationship with someone.
Well, we can put Yaalkol as the figurehead because at the end of this, I think we want to put Yaalkol on the bone throne.
That just does not sound right.
No, yeah, you know, I didn't think about it ahead of time. I was, you know, that's on me. But after,
No, I
because,
like
you know,
the
Boneface will,
throne.
but Boneface will definitely, everyone's been saying it, Boneface will definitely want to fight us after this mess. Not that there's a problem, it's just...
If we
It
are
is what it
victorious here, it certainly will mark a turning point in popular opinion. Up until now, Bonefist has ruled through strength of arms more than popularity. But failing to win an important battle that could have determined the fate of Shackles and ignoring it will be seen as perhaps cowardice.
Mm-hmm.
Something that isn't a show of strength.
I
His
did
position-
call him a fool.
His
She'll
position will
kind
weaken
of
greatly.
sit back in her chair and sip her tea. Well, I know a thing or two about inciting a popular revolution, and you're doing that now. So be ready for
Yeah.
it when it comes.
But it's all byproducts of actually trying to do something good.
Just don't fail like I do.
I don't plan on it, because if we fail, we're probably dead. Well, I guess we probably wouldn't be dead. We probably...
But the
But-
Shackles would be screwed.
Yeah, y'all cool. We'll we'll fall under your banner while we make decisions as a group, as always. We do what we usually do. It's worked so far. Probably won't stop working.
Yeah, that's how it usually works, right? Things never change. Everything always goes great.
No, I mean things have gone terrible for us
I don't know about
several
great.
times.
No, I don't know about that.
Remember the time you died?
Nope.
Did
I
we have
don't
to remember
at all.
that?
He does
You
take a
have a-
lot of dead trauma. He may not remember it.
Doesn't sound
he-
familiar.
You
I
have
stare at you.
you have the compass of Pharasma?
I mean, yeah. She gave that to me because she thinks I'm pretty cool.
No, you.
I stare at you.
I'm trying to figure out if you're like lying or not. Are you? Is y'all cool?
I think him staring at you is the hint of shut up.
Yeah.
I'm just
Tessa
gonna
knows you died. To be
I'm
clear,
gonna-
Tessa knows
I'm
you
just
died
go-
before.
I'm just
I-
gonna nudge you
I
and
know
be like,
she knows I
I-
died.
I
I
well-
wasn't
I-
gonna talk about it.
Well,
I died. It was too
Okay,
early.
sorry. I was just making sure we're on the same page. It hasn't always gone well.
He well and truly believes that those hits that those Cyclops did did well and truly give him enough head trauma to wipe his memory. That
Yeah,
is
he's-
fully what Misty believes, and Misty does not care to investigate further.
He knows. Okay, I've seen that look before.
That's all I
Anyway, that's besides the point. To more important matters, we'll have Yaalkol figuratively leading us, so we will draw the most ire, specifically him. And if we have to fight Bonefist, I think Yaalkol could probably beat him in a one-on-one fight.
I don't believe that personally.
Yeah, you know, I just said that as bravado, okay? You didn't have to just call me out, okay?
Yeah,
I
feel
don't
like
think
a lot of
Bonefist
this-
would fight fairly either.
Oh, no,
He's-
he wouldn't.
He's smart enough to know when things are stacked against him, even if he feels like he could overpower someone like Yaalkol. Why take the risk when you don't need to?
I certainly wouldn't fight fairly against that man. Points to Yaalkol.
So, Yaalkol is a popular leader when we do what we normally do, which is fuck shit up. But more seriously, we should probably call everyone else. I've been thinking about how we should stage our defense.
There's a lot of ground to cover.
Well, then we await everybody else's arrival. I guess, do you wish to stay upon your ship, or I can find you some quarters in town?
Do you have a big enough space to like house a convention of sorts, so we can all stay in the same area?
I have a place that we can use.
Cool. And I think we will start setting up our convention plaza.
There really isn't a convention. Really what she has is she can have like a grand hall that like, you can assemble at, and basically like an inn nearby you can stay at.
I would say it's a war room.
Yeah, that's what it is.
Not a convention.
Well, a convention, it is a convention. What do you mean?
Right? Yaalkol's our George Washington.
I mean, yeah, a war room is a convention. Or I guess it's a convention. Right?
Well, if none of you are doing anything else, we can
It's not AsmoCon, alright?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's not AsmoCon. Okay. It's not PAX Unplugged. Sorry.
It's the best convention ever held.
So, what...
It's summoned Asmodeus.
So, if no one else has something, I will start our convention when everyone arrives.
I will go and visit with Arcanist.
Okay.
And see how he is doing.
When you find Aranax, he's in his quarters on his ship. You'll be escorted there, of course. Mm-hmm. And when you see him, he definitely presents himself as together, but there definitely seems to be some form of maybe worry deep inside that you can tell. You're very perceptive of someone.
I do have like a 30 sense motive passively.
Yeah. You're like, ah.
Bad timing.
Never, Miss Curtov. I just was reviewing some information on my own and prep work for things to come. Your work with your allies as a spy seems to have done great for us. Gaining the information you did has put us in a much more advantageous position. But with politics as they are, it does seem as though there are more. I worry.
Yes, our illustrious ruler sees fit to do nothing. And it's left to us at this point. And perhaps it'll be enough. Hopefully.
What are the plans? And I don't mean the bolstering that will happen when the true meeting happens. I mean the actual plans.
As of right now, as far as I can tell, Myste would probably know the best tactical position to defend from that point, I assume, because she is a tactician.
It is fairly unfortunate that a lot of the territory up where they'd be leaving the Eye would be pretty open ocean. So there really isn't like a tactical area near there. There doesn't tend to be any islands up in that area, and it's unlike where you went to do the race. That's farther to the east.
Yeah, I assumed the best staging point would be from Drenchport, as it covers a great amount of territory.
Drenchport would be good staging ground, but you know that most likely they're coming from west of there, from west of Coulter's Rock. So probably somewhere more around like this kind of region.
They're coming from this direction?
The Eye is actually like here-ish.
Yeah, the Eye is directly north of you. The Eye is like really completely north of all the shackles.
Oh, then unironically, Dragon's Roost is the best staging point.
Dragon's Roost is not probably big enough to host the fleet. Like,
yeah.
Drenchport,
Downpour then?
Downpour, Drenchport, and those towns there, they could be used with their various things to host an entire fleet, and using sending to, let them know. There's multiple towns and multiple things there.
Yeah.
As far as I'm aware, we will be defending the waters north of Dragon's Roost, and that's all I know at this point.
What are your plans to break them, then? Just defend? Hope our numbers are enough.
No. Well, it's not confirmed, I think our captain will agree. I will be putting forward that our ship, the Dragon's Promise, will attempt to storm ahead and assault their flagship and capture their admiral.
Capture them?
Capture. Indeed.
Interesting. That'd be very difficult in the situation.
I do not believe it will be easy to capture her alive. But it's our best shot at dealing with it all at once, and like I said, I'm not privy to the grand plan. We are discussing that as a whole. But my goal is to capture her alive. As a bargaining chip. Are you nervous of the upcoming battle?
A bit. I worry that we don't have enough forces. I worry that there might be some trickery that we even still don't know about, and I worry about Cheliax as a whole.
As do I, but, well, my companions seem to be very sure of themselves. And I will not bother them with my worries of an old woman. Though I may be old, I do not wish to throw my life away so frivolously. I wouldn't be doing this if I didn't think it could win.
Have you heard the whispers from northern Cheliax?
Myste has heard about the gathering Varisian groups, right? Her mom?
Yeah, some of that stuff too. Yeah.
I've heard some things about groups gathering, perhaps for an attack on the north.
My sources said the same.
In all honesty, when this battle is won and the dust settles, I may join them. They are my people, after all.
And certainly rebellion in Cheliax would be for the best.
It would be. I would remove them for a time.
Part of me still has some love of the old country. Certainly it didn't do me very well in the end. And I was driven from there. Perhaps forced to become a traitor. But there would not be a way for me to return. I'll have no fury like vengeance.
No, I believe not. I did what I did for my love of the old lands, but it certainly doesn't love me back. I can only hope that people wise enough and cut out the cancerous diabolism that plagues the nation, as I tried to do.
I worry that perhaps the instability will mean more danger than we think. Even if we win this battle now, losing a third time would be quite vexing to any nation.
It could radicalize more. But it could show their neighbors that the nation is weak.
True.
I believe that if we win here, to the north will be great change. I can see the cracks in Cheliax. I saw them when I was there again. It is a doomed nation. It cannot continue as it is.
You've spoken, and with my speaking to Tessa of change in the shackles, yes.
Yes.
I've had very little love lost for the old ways, and I've enjoyed turning my way to piracy. Certainly I've relished in the finer things, the values of it all. But I would not be against adding a little bit more order to lawlessness if there would be something that could be done.
I do agree. Though I would never attempt to take power for myself, I do not trust myself with such power anymore after what I did. But I will work to at least attempt a more unified and proper nation, rather than one of simply thieves and murderers.
If you can truly bring about that change, there could be another option that could allow us to find ourselves in much better position. I have an old friend, well, an old rival from many years when I was quite young. An admiral out of Escadar.
I know where that is.
Local check. You might know. It wouldn't be too difficult of a DC, but you might not know.
Local, you said?
Yeah.
It's a 39.
Okay. That is on the isle north of Absalon. It is their naval headquarters.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
See.
It is not their main shipyards, but that is where their navy goes out of. The shipyards is actually on the island.
That makes sense. I see. And what could this old rival do for us?
For a long time now, Absalom's navy has done much to secure and remove pirates from the eastern inner sea. But they once held some control over the entrance to the inner sea until Cheliax drove both the forces of them and Taldor from that region. Retaking that region, as hard it would be to convince, a more fair and reasonable nation might be able to deal with them. And certainly one that would be moving away from piracy. Granted, it's perhaps a dream between you and me, as I don't know if your friends would agree to it. But
It would be difficult to convince them to abandon it too.
But certainly, crushing Corianton and taking the gates would be a way to crush Cheliax's naval power and ensure that it would be very difficult for them to raise anything against us. And if an inner conflict were to occur during that time period, it would leave them in a situation where they would have to focus inward, at least for some time.
It would. Perhaps possible. We will see it. But now we have to get everyone to agree on something for once.
Again, a thought, a suggestion for possibly dealing with future problems with Cheliax. Nonetheless. Inform me when things are ready.
I'll have a personal letter sent to you.
Thank you.
Misty will get up. Bow and then depart.
Mm-hmm. All right.
Yeah.
So, anything else anybody's doing before we're having the big old meeting?
I don't think so. I would like to start the meeting if possible.
Yeah. All right. So, the major captains and pirate lords that you have invited and their entourages will arrive, and you'll have like this meeting hall with this massive like set of like, it's probably like a dozen tables have been kind of shoved together in one big long line to like, you know, allow all of them to have a space. Probably actually like they probably have like a couple lines of these tables, you know, where like, you know, the pirate lords are on the center one, and then your lesser pirate captains, free captains, and the allies of the free captains that are allies of the pirate lords will be in like the two side tables, along with a few like important mates and things like that. And you know, Tessel and Shore like, you know, will inform who gets places and stuff like that, allowing, you know, like she'll basically delegate and kind of like discuss, you know, she has a list of people coming kind of, and she knows where to kind of put everybody. She knows enough about like some etiquette of this kind of thing, at least to keep fights from happening, because there's certainly people that if they're near each other would get into a fight.
Sornash gets his own little table by himself.
Fucking anyone.
Sornash is put in a place where he definitely can be watched out.
He's on like a stage, so he feels very important.
Yeah, he's on a higher. They've just raised his table slightly, so he's above everyone. To feed his stupid fucking ego.
I don't think that's a great idea, but okay. Anyway, they'll figure something out for it. So, food, drink, merriment's going on. Everybody's like, it's a pirate party to begin with, to start out with. You know, that's the kind of thing. You're still pirates. They're still expecting, you know, to get drunk, to get some food in them, you know, and mass amounts of food and booze are being thrown out, you know, and everything is going on. The party is in full swing, you know. You and your lot, along with Tessa and Ernax, are at the head of the center table. You know, Yaalkol actually placed at the head of the table in the ceremonial kind of important position as your, you know, head admiral. Of course, you next to Yaalkol as his, you know, advisor and speaker.
Yaalkol's a man of few words.
Yeah. But you are, the stage is set. You can speak up and interrupt the meal as much as you wish.
Yeah, I will, you know, stand, like, I'll, you know, back my chair out, and I will, God, I'm trying to think. Like, grab a mug of ale and raise it up. Hear, hear! Welcome to the War Council, my friends. We are here to discuss important matters relating to the defeat of a Chelish invasion. Today is a day of celebration for the gathering of us. But we must prepare ourselves for the fight of our lives and the glory that it brings. And, of course, the plunder we steal from their ship.
You'll hear a voice in the back from someone, you can't really tell. Do we have to talk about it while the meal's still going on? It's sour the mead.
No, this was just the introduction. That's part of how a feast like this works. God, some people. Can you move back some? I gestured to someone to like get into fuck somewhere else. Enjoy the food and mead. God, what an idiot.
Thinking, let's be real. Revia up here being a party pooper.
Mm-hmm.
Nah, that's how feasts start.
Serious things.
You just make an announcement and then you eat.
Mm-hmm.
This is why we should just Never mind. I'm just gonna go ahead and keep that stuff to myself. For a little
No,
bit.
wait, you gotta say it. I gotta hear it now.
No, I just think maybe some of these pirates don't need to be here, and instead they could be in the afterlife.
Yeah, I don't. Listen, I don't think that guy is actually gonna sit in on the meeting. Okay, he's like here just so we have extra ships.
Pats Yaalkol on the back. I see you've been listening to what I've been saying this whole time.
Yeah, if we followed your advice, Misty, we would have like 10 people in this room.
I need to be pretty clear here, Misty. If I had to say in the matter, we would be going with your plan. But really, the problem is that if we do that, we're just gonna, I think we're just gonna die without these people. We need them to,
So
father and all.
interrupting this, kind of slamming down a glass next to you would be like, "Come, husband, we consummate now."
But
No, that's actor.
No,
The fighting, remember?
I don't do that. So
I don't think you're biologically compatible.
Yeah, you just have to accept there's no consummation in that marriage.
yeah, that's like hard line there. No. Yeah.
She's kind of like look and be like, "We will find out."
If you want to go find someone else to consummate with, I will
Yeah, it's open. It's an open marriage.
approve
For that.
of you taking care of your business.
She seems
elsewhere.
very confused at your statements at this point in time.
You know, listen.
We
Whenever
go
we-
try.
Look, we could discuss this later, like we discussed. I'll have my wife talk to you about it. Okay, she'll explain it all.
Yeah. That's what's gonna happen. I'm gonna go.
Well, no, she's gonna go. You're gonna stay here. Bye.
Yaalkol's gonna avoid her to the best of his ability.
I really hope she dies, guys. When she leaves, it'll make things so much easier.
I need you to know that there's gonna be a big problem if she tries to make me do that. Kids.
Oh yeah, don't worry. Yeah. Don't, Yaalkol, listen. All right, I've always had your back. I got your back.
I know that.
60, I told you not to associate.
Misty, listen. You tell us not to associate with every other guy, okay?
To be fair,
And woman. We're pirates. A little chaotic. All right, this is normal.
Mhm.
Well, that's not normal. I guess I should say. That's really not normal.
Look,
It's almost a little too
I
far
don't
from me,
judge you
okay?
for a lot of things.
Yeah, listen, I don't like them, okay, at all, okay? But listen, they're like a shit full of barbarians, okay? They're gonna hack people to pieces. Or die. That's also, I mean, a lot of us are gonna die. I mean, not us, but a lot of our people and their people are gonna die. It's gonna be a brutal battle.
no one's gonna die.
No. Like hundreds of people are probably gonna die.
Yeah.
Drowning.
It's gonna happen.
Mostly, probably fine.
Gonna like send a pray to Besmar to bless our battle, you know. But
Our
yeah.
enemies will die.
Oh yeah, a lot of those guys will die too, and they're all going to hell too. Like think about it. Like, we're not going to hell; they're going to hell.
Right
Yeah,
now.
but they want to go to hell.
No, I bet they don't. I mean, like half those people on the ships probably like, oh, praise Asmodeus. They probably don't even know who Asmodeus is.
You know, there's
These guys are like the people who
Chilling,
don't
right?
super think about it. Like,
Sorry,
I
it's
can't-
what?
Not everyone worships Asmodeus in Shackled.
See, exactly. Misty gets what I'm saying.
But then not everyone's going to hell then.
Yeah, but they're all probably going to hell, right? They're like all in a pact or something as a nation.
No, that's not how
What I
that
heard.
works. They're just
Oh,
soldiers.
I
You
thought-
sign enlistment papers. You get
Oh.
paid. They're not
really? I just like from the rumors I heard it was like like some Chalexian king or whatever made a deal with Asmodeus, and all the souls of Chalexians
They're
are
like
doomed to hell.
very ill-informed.
Mhm.
Also,
Listen,
it was a queen that
Yes.
brought in Asmodeus.
Yeah, no, my character doesn't know that. Okay.
I
have a-
access. We're correcting you.
Oh, thanks. Listen, I know nothing about the
Grandmother
history
of the
Chalex.
current queen.
Yes, you should probably brush up on that. You're going to
Listen.
be leading a war against them.
I only know that there's a Thrune on that ship that is like a cousin or something, second cousin to the cousin. Okay, to the Queen of Chelex, and she has a big ass ship with a big ass gun that's gonna really try to kill our ship.
On this question, and I'm not going to judge you for your answer. Do any of you read any of the reports I sent you?
Yes, I do read them.
I was not aware of the reports.
I'm still pretty new to reading.
I read them out loud to Yaalkol.
I try to pay attention.
I mean, he
goes
falls
back
asleep
to-
half the time.
Misty goes back to reading.
But I do read them, okay? I just don't retain all of the information.
I don't think anyone ever gave me the reports.
I think kind of joined after that became a protocol, and we just, we never thought to tell you.
Revia is supposed to hand them to people.
Am I?
Yes.
I delegated that to someone. Okubar, did you not give out the reports?
What was I supposed to do?
Damn it! I should never trust him.
Never trust
I was doing.
pantsless
Listen,
person.
in the first report you gave us, you said, and remember, we're leaders. We should delegate tasks to our crew members. So I did. I delegated.
I remember.
This seems to stand to reason.
We're all very proud of you for what you're doing here.
Oh, but I remember you also called in Concubar when he was very drunk.
I was also very drunk. Okay, in my defense.
You were.
Listen, okay.
You didn't question me being there at the time, which was weird. Normally you
I
do.
don't think I didn't see
There's
you,
a
I'll
dwarf
be
like
honest.
standing behind you, like eat with a plate, eating. You know.
I'll be honest, I didn't see you.
I'm honestly more comfortable when he's around now.
Honestly, when he's around, I feel like no one's gonna sneak up into our room and kill us.
Yeah,
Because,
'cause-
like-
I do ensure that. I have eliminated about 7 assassins as of now.
Wait, are you serious? With Al Grinner?
I mean, Grinner does a good job.
Yeah, I know Grinner is eaten a whole man before.
I should have, taken care of the body, but that's besides the point.
Yeah, there's a lot of... Yeah, Grinner's a weird creature. Did you ever talk to him? I know you could do that.
In short, you're a good guy. I like you.
I know things about the ship, so, unassuming, normal kind of agreement between my job. I am, after all, probably the greatest information gatherer amongst the band of razors. As he, like eats mashed potatoes or something, No.
Where'd you get those? We weren't serving that.
Weren't you? So it's like, he'll turn around and start walking away.
Is he a god in disguise? I actually believe that.
You can just make requests to the cook. You're aware of
Oh. Well, I've been really busy with the other preparation work. Sorry, my bad.
It's like everything about him is like just a reasonable explanation, but he seems mysterious.
Because he just never answers
Well,
the question.
the appearing out of nowhere is actually
Bro,
insanity.
He probably just turns into a mouse or fly or something and just flies in. Anyway, we should finish eating.
You have a
and
very
then-
interesting crew. I keep saying that, but truly.
It's how we survived this long.
He's one of mine, not theirs.
We pay him. We don't technically pay you though. Again, you just get kind of the portion.
Yeah, we'll be discussing that eventually.
A mistake. She's a
You've been getting paid plenty. Anyway, oh god.
Perhaps you should address the pirates now with actual plans. They might listen while they're eating. They
Yeah.
might not either. We're pirates.
50-50.
Unionize the ship. Bro, our ship gets one plunder. They get plenty of money. There's no problems at all. Distribution.
The wealth distribution is perfectly fine.
Mutiny number 2.
To be fair, we do most of the work to gather the loot. But Yeah. Well, my basic rundown was we stage our operation off of Tempest K, the Tempest K Island, being the northernmost point that has cities.
Are you addressing this to the...
No, I'm like talking to Tessa to make
No.
sure this sounds good. Like I'm like confirming with her.
That plan sounds pretty fine. Tempest K would be a good staging ground.
And then my second plan was to get these pirates to at least initially self-assign themselves into groups about what their ships are best at. So like the fast ships go to one section, the ships that are really good at boarding go to one, and then the ones that are good at cannon fire go to another section.
I don't
So
think
we
that
can
would
figure-
work. Aranax will kind of no. What you're going to have to do is you're going to have to choose a number of sub-admirals under the Grand Admiral. Each sub-admiral are in charge of a number of fleets.
Okay.
Myself, Tessa,
Sub-admirals, yeah.
indeed. Perhaps even if you wish a member of your crew, unless you, I believe you have a plan. But if you have other more trusted members of the council you've assembled, I would recommend at least one or two more.
Yeah, we can definitely. I would suggest Pegsworthy as one of them. He's a consistent man.
Pegsworthy is a consistent man, and I have seen that he is loyal to you. Interesting call for a pirate. But you are using members of the Pirate Council. It might be difficult for some of them to find themselves under it. Certainly, your allies that are within the... that are just free captains might be willing to fall under him.
We will have to give Soranash a position, sadly. We can assign him the other people we don't like.
Soranash, I would, rather than assign directly under something, allow him to do his own job.
That's what I mean. Assign him as a admiral to the other crazy people.
He would
Let
not
him-
make a great admiral except to his own people.
So we should just. So I should basically tell him do what he does do best. We just ignore him as a factor.
Pretty much.
Sounds fair.
I'm fairly certain him and Miss Gebel's forces would be very unpredictable otherwise.
They're here for the ships they provide are key to our victory, sadly.
It's possible suggestions that I could make. The Master of Gales is respected. Though
Is he? He's not much of an admiral, though, is he?
generally speaking, he works alone. He only has one ship. But certainly he has the respect that those under him would listen to his orders. And he knows at least enough to command his ship and read others. That or his protege, Mace. Captain
I was
Darmon
thinking of
might
Mace.
be an option too.
We definitely should put Mace Darmar as one of the sub-admirals. Again, the Master of Gales holds a lot of respect, but he's I don't think he's much of a leader in this case. I think he's best served helping inform us of the storm's tidings or other things he can notice best, rather than being a leader himself, being a source of information. He if anyone knows the eye of Abendego, it's him.
The only other individual that I have any knowledge of that I could point out might have some experience would, of course, be Captain Macy. Captain Macy is an older one of our council members and has a lot more experience than some of the other younger members, certainly.
Well, we could put Raffles in. He's an old member of the council.
Raffles, as of late, I believe you've seen he is less.
That is true.
Distracted. Maybe distracted is the word that would be good to use for him.
The Maxim sisters, the one that is mostly the pirates. She's here, I believe. She could be a good choice, a council member in her own right.
True, but of the Maxim sisters, certainly the one that has arrived, at least for now, is the one that is a little bit more foolhardy. Not that she would not make a good leader, but she would probably take more risks than many others. And certainly that might be was what needed in what comes for the battle. That for your judgment. Experience, bravery, both are powerful tools.
That is the benefit of having 4 sub-admirals, no? You are likely to be more of a cautious defensive player. Having someone as more outgoing or reckless or more willing to take a risk would be a good counterweight to it, to capitalize on opportunities.
Well, both myself and Tessa have experience controlling a many ship. I think that's where experience comes in. Of all the folks here, only the 2 of us probably have a position that we could be called Admiral for. I myself from previous experience, and Tessa from her position as being, well, popular. So kind of give like a glare at Aranax. As he's kind of implying something there with his words. But nonetheless, I realize that she has experience being in a position of admiralty over many, many ships. Many more than your average pirate would. Many more than a lot of the pirates that are here have admiraled over. A handful of ships is one thing. Dozens and dozens of ships is another.
So, you, Tessa, Maelstroms, and Harkluck, is that what you believe to be right?
Captain Macy, theoretically, would be good. Again, as I digress to you, placing Mace with the Master of Gales would certainly ensure that there would be a respect to whatever group that would be under him. And then for Hardluck, he would have the experience. As you suggested, the Maximum Sisters would have a possibility being decent too, but again, they would be courageousness. The Maximum Sister that's arrived. Courage versus experience.
I look to the party for input, as it is a party decision. Basically, it's between the Maxim Sister and Harkluck Macy.
Misty will push for her old captain, because she has more faith in him than 2 people she has met like a couple days ago. And 2 people who relatively kind of like don't leave their island that much.
Well, one does. She's a little crazy.
One doesn't is the problem.
I don't have a strong opinion, so I'd be ought to lean towards what Momo is going for. What Misty is going for.
And Misty would opt for her old captain.
I would lean with Misty.
Okay, cool. Revia stands up again. Says, here, to like get everyone's attention. Maybe Jacub cast a spell or something to make my voice booming or some shit.
Here.
To get everyone's attention. While everyone is here, I will announce the admirals of our excursion here. Captain Tessa Fairwind, Captain Aranax Edimon, can't say that name, it's tough. Captain Maelstroms, and Captain Harkluck Macy. As well as
certainly Hardluck is kind of like get him. He's probably like eating like a turkey leg or something. Kind of like perk up of like, wait a second, I'm in there. You know,
Misty will just kind of smirk as what she's forced her old captain to go through now.
As well as Arvamar Sornash as a special unit for us. trying to.
He'll
face
kind of
the,
like perk up on that, kind of like look up, as he'll probably have like a large piece of meat that he's been like chewing on, and he'll kind of just go like that, slurp it into her mouth to chew on it, kind of thing.
Yeah, I'm making it so he doesn't feel like he's under anyone else, so he doesn't have an incident. We will assemble you into which admiral you'll be under in the following hours. Continue to feast. Another round. So.
As you say that, there'll be kind of this like, almost like a cool breeze will kind of come from somewhere, and you'll just smell the salty air upon it. Like, like it's like a sea breeze, except you're like in the middle of town kind of thing, like a deep, cool sea breeze as the doors will fly open. And
I just say under my breath, oh, it's Plug. But before they enter,
he'll kind of take like a look around. Where's my seat? As he'll be escorted with his with Scourge and his lady friend to a set of seats.
I hope you and your friends have an appetite, Plug. There's plenty of food to go.
Are you going over to address him? Where he's sitting.
Yeah, I stand over there. I gestured to him. Enjoy the food.
Certainly. A feast is a feast. But we'll have to talk.
Of course. Down. Man, you had a really cool entrance, guys.
You did this to yourself.
Well, listen. As I said, I only care about winning this battle, okay? So having him here will definitely help us. And I think that's all for this feasting section.
Yeah.
That's all, folks.
And certainly you can organize the people, but once the feast is over, of course, once everybody's settled back on their ships, there will be, upon your ship, an entrance of 3 individuals.
Yeah. Welcome, Plug, Scourge, and... What's her name again? Did we ever get that? She had a name.
She did, and I can give it
Horrible fish woman whose son you murdered?
Yeah, but we haven't figured that one out.
I have to see where I have it in the things here. I'm just checking my... oh, there it is. Brina!
Brina?
We really haven't met.
I guess I appreciate you actually entering my sending. I kind of didn't expect it. But, as we made a deal, I figured you care about the shackles being free just as much as I do. For whatever you're doing.
Perhaps we should speak somewhere a little more private.
How private?
Captain's quarters, or a place of the similar.
Oh, I thought they came into the captain's quarter.
They came to you, like, on the deck of your ship.
Oh, okay. Yeah, well, before I would say, say hi, yeah, I figured we were already there. Yeah, so I'll bring them to the captain's quarter. With the party there, so we're all here.
He'll saunter up and take a seat, at like the little table you probably have there. Scourge is gonna kind of like stand near the door, and he's just gonna kind of like look over. Well, won't one of you be a gentleman and offer my lady friend here a chair?
I grab a chair and I pull it out.
She'll kind of say, "Oh, thank you for your generosity," and sit down very kind of graciously into the chair.
Yeah, Revia looks slightly confused. What is etiquette? um, what made you choose to answer my call?
I considered not doing it. Certainly, there have been some interesting things of late which have been addressing my concerns. Deals that I've made that have kept me busy. But the Shackles is my home, nonetheless. And certainly, I was curious why you called upon me.
Are you curious why I called you? Or sending you?
Yes. Why
Well-
send me a message?
Well, you know, I think whatever bad blood we had been resolved. Don't really care about it anymore. And I figured, to be honest, I think we just need help to beat Chelix back. And I figured, you know, you don't want Chelix here. I don't want Chelix here. Might as well see if you'd want to help fight against him. Because whatever you're doing, I'm sure Chelix would make it harder.
True. What I'm doing would certainly have complications if Cheliax was around. I cannot deny that. But
You're a powerful man, and so is Scourge and your mistress.
yes, but there are certainly issues and things that are in play that we are taking care of. Such a strange thing to become both a villain and a hero. As I'll kind of give a wry smile.
That's life. You know, it's all in grays or something like that. But I'm glad you came to help. Did you want anything in particular? Did you like want a certain position or something, or you cool with, you know, just joining along? Did you want Did you want anything in particular?
It pains me so. Even though we've become more peaceful, I still kind of hate you.
I mean, look, man, that's not, I mean, you know.
No. Maybe I should speak up. It was hard enough for any of us to come here. But certainly, even with our strength, there's an issue that, well, we might not be able to solve.
So, to fight Telex, you want us to help you or something?
We help you, and you help us.
Okay,
My
we
mistress, she has given me birth and given me strength. An old enemy of hers has a pet buried deep within the shackles here. He has attracted already some manner of beast. I think it wishes to fight with it. But nonetheless, it is dangerous. And though we thought to be able to handle it, Certainly. The help of one such as yourself might be useful. You are divine touched, are you not?
I mean, yeah, Besmara gives me spells and some other
No,
powers.
I mean you are touched directly by the gods.
Oh, yeah, we... God, the one about law or something? We were over there.
I am a chosen of my mistress, so I would not know these things when there are those others that are chosen.
Do I feel something from him? So I'm like, can I tell anything?
You have no idea, you've never tried to do anything like that.
Yeah, Besmara directly, or Besmara's, I think, the second Hurricane Queen or something like that, gave me powers directly from Besmara. Like, some minute. Yeah.
Excellent. Then you will help us prevent a great destruction. That, well, I'm sure your shackles would survive, and its eventual defeat will happen, but perhaps we can take care of it before it becomes a problem. I believe you've encountered the strange beast which wishes to fight what is coming. It seems to have wandered all the way from the far across the ocean.
Are you talking about the giant, like, dinosaur-looking thing?
I believe that's what it is.
We can't fight that.
No.
Oh,
It's come
you're
to
talking about
fight
something
what's
else.
coming.
Okay. Well, wait. If it can fight, how strong is that thing? Like, that thing looked impossible to fight. So is this thing impossible to fight, or is this thing possible to fight?
I will lay all my cards on the table because you obviously need to know. I am a chosen of Lamashtu.
Oh, that's a demon lord?
Goddess, former demon lord.
Ah.
One of her greatest enemies is, of course, Rovagog. Have you heard that name before?
Yes. He's the imprisoned god.
Yes. But there are children of Rovagog, hidden throughout the boundaries of the world. One is awakening.
Oh. So, that seems like... Is that
I was
possible
tasked
to be?
by my mistress with ensuring that it either remained in sleep or it was killed. The great beast which seems to wish to fight with it seems of that similar par to it. But when looking into it, we weren't confident we would be able to keep it in its slumber. So,
Yeah, we could help make it sleep.
well, I don't know if you can do that. But perhaps. We've exhausted our abilities to figure out a way to keep it in slumber. The only other option would be to give a gigantic lizard monster, as you call it, an advantage against another giant monster, and honestly, that's outside of our expertise. I know about plenty of monsters, but nothing like that. My children would be nothing towards these two beasts.
Okay. So, you think it's possible for us to fight it?
I don't believe they can be killed, but slain temporarily. And the thing that is now stomping about in your waters, deep in the ocean, seems to feel like a match for it at very least.
So how do you think we would kill it, then?
If we knew that, we wouldn't be coming to you, now would we?
Okay, got you. Yeah, we can help try to solve that.
Tip a balance of power. Or,
Yeah.
if perhaps you have a source for keeping an ancient evil asleep.
We can... Look...
My
Jacub...
mistress has been an ancient enemy of the Chaos Bringer, and as much as our kind is not looked well upon. Certainly, I'm sure you agree, a few monsters here and or patrolling your seas are nothing to turn out against something that would just destroy everything.
Yeah, well, we can try to help fix that. I can't. I don't know if I can promise anything. This seems like something that's like nearly impossible.
Well, again, we do not require your direct intervention, per se. But if you can figure out a way to enhance the power of a very powerful monster, very much so. Or, if you have somebody out there that knows something beyond our knowledge, well, you have more connections than us.
We could talk to an Oracle Cyclops.
An oracle might be a powerful ally in this, certainly, if one still exists. I thought they were all dead.
You know, we meet really strange things when we're doing our pirate thing, but we can pull on some connections and see if we can get any hints or clues or help in trying to resolve this. It seems like it's a problem for all of the shackles, so something at least worth doing.
We will help you in your problem, and you will give us our assistance. And then no one will be the wiser.
Yeah. Is it possible that I can get out of that deal I made? Can we, like, call that, make this even? It makes me uneasy, just like it being there.
We can discuss it.
Fair enough. Alright, well, yeah. We will help by talking to our people to how to boost the power or keep this thing asleep or something along those lines. And you help us beat Alex.
Excellent.
Seems easy.
Well,
Did you?
I can call upon an old ally to help with this battle. Much more than ships. But it may bring fear to many of your allies.
I mean, what is it?
Your mistress isn't the only one that commands sea monsters.
Oh, what sea monster? I can make a sea serpent or an adult sea dragon. Can you something like a kraken?
The most ancient of them.
Oh, I was just making a joke. Oh, yeah, that's pretty good. In a ship fight, a kraken on one side's pretty good.
You mentioned some form of
There's a ship. Yeah, it has a big gun. If your kraken could take that out, that would be really helpful.
That I might be able to arrange. A single ship would be probably easy to make a deal with. As much as we are both children of the mother of monsters, we are not always equal. Well then, I will take my leave. I believe if my husband seems fit, he will come with me. And our manservant. Plug will give like a kiss to her hand and be like, my queen, I would follow you wherever. Pardon me. I'm not much one for this religious stuff, but honestly, when I was informed of a giant sea monster greater than any sea monster that could ever be told about.
I'm not judging Plug. Good work, man.
he'll kind of like then tip his hat. You know, as much as a fine ship this is, now that I think about it, mine is much nicer. As I'll turn and leave.
Okay. Bye. The door shuts as they leave. Okay, guys. Did you follow that? That's a little wild.
Why do you keep agreeing?
Well, to be fair, it sounded like a problem that we probably should help deal with. Listen, Misty, you remember the giant fucking thing that, like, Jacub said his name.
Mm-hmm.
It was a big thing, and its foot was, like, bigger than an island.
That basically ignored us, yes.
Yeah. If that thing fights another big thing, that seems like, a couple islands will sink.
Well, isn't that what we just agreed to, was help that thing defeat the other thing? So they're gonna fight.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it seems inevitable. Anyway, we'll ask the oracles for help, and they probably might help.
I feel like someone has to make a religion or arcane religion check, or
religion.
I'll roll
Arcana
Arcana off.
Arcana or religion would both technically work here.
Everyone.
I rolled Arcana off Jacob's sheet.
Okay.
You do know one oracle.
31.
All right. So both of you are around the same. So the thing is, both of you will know that she's mentioning a spawn of Rubaguk. They are very horrible creatures.
Yep.
Granted, they take different forms. Probably something that would be a greater spawn would most likely be what would be here if the kaiju would be an even match for it. So that would be equivalent to... the worst one of them all is technically the Tarrasque, but they are, like, almost as powerful as the Tarrasque.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think helping defeat that seems pretty wise.
Fine.
I mean, with the Tarrasque, you just shoot it in outer space and call it a day.
Yeah, I mean,
But let's be real. It's not like we're gonna do like a lot of hard work here. It's like we might have to go explore some weird ass.
And plenty of these things have technically been slain over the years, sort of. Like, one of them is technically dead in the Osirian capital, Sothis, except it's technically not dead. It's just its shell is there, and it's put into a deep sleep. And if its soul torn from its body and trapped, and if its soul would ever be released, it would basically resurrect right there. But they don't technically like permanently die, kind of like the Tarrasque. It's just you can kill them over and over again and stuff, or re-imprison them and things. So they're pleasant.
Yeah. That's a problem.
I mean, again, you have a kaiju on your side. Technically?
Yeah, it's not like we're really gonna we're like the humans in a Godzilla movie. Okay?
Yes. You're like the humans in a Godzilla movie that, like, oh, hey, this thing has this slight weakness. We'll weaken it for Godzilla to be able to do the final blow or something like that, like...
Yeah. So it's not like we're, like, doing a whole lot.
Yeah, no, you're not doing a whole lot. You just have to, like, tip the balance.
Fine, whatever.
I mean, like...
Distracted by debts.
To be honest, I'm just we'll pull up to the oracles and we're like, hey, do you can you find this, like, anything to help or a weakness to this thing? And then
the oracles was a really great idea. I think the answer is probably a yes if you go to them. But
an oracle, Cyclops.
Yeah, well, we all met the Cyclops. I'll definitely ask Rio to lead us there because Rio had the most positive relationship with them.
Yeah.
I don't think I met the Cyclopses.
No, you didn't.
Before your time.
Yeah.
A lot of things before my time.
Yeah, you just kind of showed up one day and got a council seat.
Yeah.
Well, it was on Ambrose's petition.
Oh, yeah. But I am the luckiest son of a bitch.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I mean, how lucky can you? I mean, the shit
I don't
we
know
do.
if I would count meeting us as lucky.
Well, we're not actually horrible people to each other.
We do terrible things and get into a lot of dangerous situations that will probably end up killing us.
overall, we're doing good, so I'm fine with that.
Yeah, I guess that's that then.
Yeah, let's.
All right, why don't we take our break here? And, we can then resolve some of this stuff in the future. Anyway, snack, drink, bathroom break, and we'll be back in a little bit. So, see you next, folks.
Huzzah.
Oh, that's not the top image. That is. Okay, cool. So we're all back. That
I'm
counts
always
enough.
thinking.
What about spiritually?
I don't know. Never spiritually here.
Yeah,
I
Anyway.
don't have a spirit.
I don't have that anymore.
Welcome back. All right, so there's a bunch of dangling plot threads that have been thrown together into one big, like, major plot thread to resolve that is technically you only sort of have to be there for, so at least we can kind of get rid of all those in one foul swoop. So, that's the thing. But that's a future you thing. For now, you've got a war to kind of,
That's future
Always
Revia's
been
problem, and
declared.
future Revia's a chump.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, well, it seemed like a problem that we probably should get involved in anyway.
I mean, we don't want the shackles destroyed.
Yeah.
Look, good. Gotta be honest.
Rivagug is a pretty terrible god.
Oh, look. When Lamashtu is an arch nemesis of this thing, and Lamashtu is probably a pretty horrible goddess of herself.
She's also a pretty terrible god.
Yeah, so when she's like, you know what, I hate this guy, you know there's something wrong. I guess that's the entire thing. She likes giving birth to monsters and creating them, and when you have something that wants to destroy everything, that's kind of the antithesis to you making more horrible monstrosities.
Yeah, so I guess over the next probably week, we organize the pirates into under which admiral they'll be under.
Mm-hmm.
And we start formalizing a plan of action.
Mm-hmm.
Do we know when they're supposed to come?
Eventually.
Yes. It's insert time that is appropriate on the clock, you know.
We had like a time frame that we stole, but like
Yeah.
I've kept it because time frame sucks. Very nebulous, you know.
yeah.
We
Our
can
characters know.
Yeah.
But we as players
Okay.
don't.
Well,
Yeah.
that's more what I meant was, do we have an idea of when we need to be...
yes.
Misty, over this week will because her spies are here.
Mm-hmm.
She's gonna have her spies be watching pretty much everyone they can to make sure none of them are gonna, go give information to anyone back.
Oh yeah, no betrayals. Gotcha.
And if someone does happen to do that, though, they might just conveniently disappear.
Mm.
I think personally, we might our Grand Admiralty, we might command our personal fleet directly for our mission. So we have 6 ships, I think.
Yeah, we have like 6 or 7 we ended up getting for ours.
So basically everyone else gets dispersed elsewhere, and we have our 6 ships as our personal command, and then everyone else is under the sub-admiral.
The only ones that matter anyways.
Yeah, well, that's just for simplicity, because we're gonna need some ships to help us directly attack this main ship.
True.
And I guess I tell the sub-admirals, we think we have a allied Kraken that will deal with the big ship.
Mm-hmm.
Don't ask. It's complicated.
Yeah.
I'm gonna suffer greatly for the deals I've made today, probably.
Yeah, and Revia deserves all of the suffering.
Yeah, I'm just trying to help the Shackles, okay? I don't really deserve it that much.
Look,
Anyway,
there's
yeah.
someone who claimed revenge on you, and she's now less revenge on you because, she used to be the footnote in her goddess's eyes, and then, managed to find a way into her heart, and became much more powerful.
Man,
so really, I'm like...
Sometimes you want to just do good for your country, and then you do it, and then you're on the run from the hell demons.
Yeah, I feel like what you did and what I'm doing is a little different. Mine's
No, I
like a
think it's
personal
pretty
sacrifice.
similar.
Yours was like start a political revolution.
That's basically like the same thing.
Well, we are kind of starting a
Yeah,
political
you are also
revolution.
starting a political
Yeah,
revolution.
but that's like
You-
unintentional.
You are
No, it's
doing
pretty
what Myste
intentional.
Yeah, but that's like a byproduct of us trying to just fight Chellix.
Because we have a new squad who's running things.
Anyway, yeah, I think we set everything up. I don't know, military tactics. I guess Master of the Gales is probably the greatest scout we could ever have.
It's true. Also sealed.
It's
So,
very
like-
good. Anyway,
So, yeah.
so, all right. All right. Okay, I'm just checking something here. Alright. Because I have a schedule of things that's not going to happen because, honestly, they're nice enough in this book to, like, actually give me, like, if you're late or, like, don't interfere, like, what happens kind of things. So, like, depending on your time frame, you can interrupt things at certain points in time. And you, generally speaking, will be able to interrupt because you actually made a really good choice by situating everybody around Tempest K and, of course, Downpour and Drenchport, because their attack is planned for Port Peril, and coming in from that way, their first kind of place would be probably Drenchport. It is a major city along the way.
I figured. I was like, Drenchport's a great place to base ourselves.
Yeah. So, though, yes, they're coming in from that way, that's probably the direction they're kind of heading down and probably will hit that place up. So certainly you're intercepting them from your direction there. So you can position yourself in interception range. You probably don't want to necessarily be near the eye because they have protection and you don't, technically. So you actually have to wait for them to get out of the eye. It's an unfortunate thing that their fleet will be ready, and you'll be meeting on the open ocean and know about each other. There will be no ability to surprise or anything like that. But
Can anyone make a really large fog cloud?
not that large. But your armada will be on the vast open sea. You have a combination of information left over from some stuff that Harrigan had gained, along with your timetable of the information from the Cheliax invasion and stuff when you went there. And combining those two bits of information, you are able to get a pretty accurate picture of what's going on. Because as much as he didn't know everything, Harrigan did have an idea about a lot of stuff that was going on in the plans. Stuff that some of which you didn't really necessarily find when you were there. Anyway, you managed to get in position to engage the fleet. What is your plan now? Two fleets are basically facing down each other. I can kind of narrate to a certain point some things here that'll be happening, but I would like to know your overall strategy for this here.
I think our strategy is actually quite simple.
Mm-hmm.
We engage their fleet. The Kraken deals with the big threat, big ship.
Mm-hmm.
And then we use our guys to create an opening for us to attack the the flagship that has the throne.
Okay. Well, certainly, the first thing that happens before anything else, as soon as the two fleets are in range, the first thing that will kind of occur is screaming down from the sky will be a flock of devils, host devils, sent by the other to attack the various flagships. Though, in general, you have placed very powerful people in front of those, they will still have fights ahead of them. And even your ship will... I'm not going to roll out the fight, because honestly, it's not really that difficult, this one at very least. It's an extra fight you don't need to roll out. But you would be able to kind of hold them off and battle them off as they kind of like clash into you. And that's when the actual battle happens in action. The two fleets prepare themselves, and we'll go into battle. Yes. I can't really estimate how many ships you have.
There's a lot of shit.
Yeah. I mean, the amount of ships is, the amount of ships they would have, I kind of had an estimation before here, and I can kind of say, like, probably between you two, you're pretty equal. You each have around 50 ships.
That sounds about right.
Yeah.
Myste would have instructed every ship in our personal fleet to arm with the adamantine cannonballs.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they all get like 2 or something.
Because these are kill shots.
Yeah, +1 homing adamantine cannonballs.
Yep. These are for sinking.
They will go right through a fucking ship. Like ×4 damage or something to items, objects.
So, alright, the clashing of ships, cannonballs, fire, explosions, it will be a mighty battle that will kind of rush into it, with countless fleets kind of hitting against each other. Combine the fact that as this massive, powerful ship begins its kind of like firing patterns, tearing into one of your allied ships, that's when arising from the depths of these massive kind of tentacles bashing into it as it gets into a battle with an Elder Kraken, which is a very powerful opponent, but the ship itself is a powerful ship, and it will probably take up a lot of time for it to be battling against this Kraken. Not something that was necessarily expected from the enemy ships, nonetheless. Apart from that, then, of course, you have various fleets and battles, people boarding other ships. It will be hours of battling, and intense battling, where your pretty much little strike force is kind of holding back, looking for that opportunity to kind of rush in. So, I would like for you to someone... Oh, boy. I don't know if there's like a tactics kind of like, or like reading... You know, actually, I need someone... Sense motive doesn't really work on inanimate things to a degree, but maybe perception, I would say, to like read the battle. And
well,
look
that would be me.
Yeah, look for an opportunity. Yeah, keep an eye out for an opportunity.
What do your human eyes see? Because you're not an elf.
What do my contact lenses see?
What do your eagle contacts is? And you have the eye, the glass, far-seeing glass.
3rd and 9.
Mm-hmm. So, you will kind of like keep an eye out through the entire intense battle, as like it is an intense battle that is going on, with blasting and attacking and spells and devils attacking and here and there and all kinds of crazy shit happening. with like a giant super weapon fighting a kraken in deep ocean with like cannonballs tearing into its tentacles as it's kind of crushing into it. As an epic battle. And certainly you will see, from the information you were given, you know what the Abigail's Fury looks like. And certainly it is a black-held man-o'-war. It has a crimson-black sail with the national colors of Cheliax and the flag of House Thrune from the masthead. And below that flies a banner emblazoned with an ardent dagger, the sign, of course, of Druvalia Thrune. That is her ship that commands this fleet. That basically some knowledge that you had and some knowledge probably that Myste could give and Aranax could have given you. Combine the two of them, you could have gotten an idea, Chester, where to look out for, and certainly you can see at the backs of the enemy lines, kind of like kind of keeping in the core of it, there is the ship and its escort fleet. The Abigail's Fury, kind of holding back just a little bit.
He's in the back.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Well, we've spotted our prey. Now we need to figure out how to get to it.
That is the question.
That's a good question, yeah.
I'm trying to think.
How about ships in front of us, like in a wedge formation, to try to...
Well, we can try the tactic we used against Harrigan. Is we had a ship kind of disguise themselves to then create a distraction around the flagship, and then we used our other ships to like get an opening where we could swoop in, because our ship is particularly swift.
Ships do be fast, but I feel like they might know about that.
Yeah, they might. So we should.
Yeah.
We could, we do have one distraction. I don't think it's been in play yet.
Oh, actually, you know what? I will, to help us get there, I will just summon an adult sea dragon that can help clear the way with the rest of our ships. That might be enough.
That's
like
useful.
One trick we haven't shown yet.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Yeah, they don't know that. We can also drop a Baylor.
That is a trick, and let me just check something here.
It'll last a minute, which is kind of all we need. Get there. I could also cast Control Water or Winds to help, like, push our ship specifically. Or, like, move the ships with a water disbursement.
Let me just check something here. Sorry. A second.
I think those abilities are pretty good for... And then the usage of the rest of our personal fleet to get us there seems pretty reasonable.
Yeah.
I rolled a 20 on this. Jacub will kind of point and be like, I can just get us over there.
Oh, you could teleport, but we couldn't get back.
Well, wait. Can you teleport onto a moving ship?
Yes.
Well, because you can see the spot.
Yes.
He's teleporting.
It's familiar because you can see who you
Okay.
physically
Well,
see.
I just wasn't sure
inside.
since I wasn't sure since it was moving. If you,
I mean, you could give him the spyglass, and he could like look over and be like, "Oh yeah, I can get us right over there," something like that.
Okay.
Oh, because a teleport happens in an instant, right?
Yeah,
So, like,
Yes.
Yeah.
Do we
that's not
want
bad,
to,
actually.
though?
That's
To a
actually.
ship?
I rolled a
No,
20 on
Haol?
Jacub knowing something, so that's why I'm giving this to you. That was that D20 I rolled.
Oh, okay. You know what we do? The actually best strategy is that we send in our fleet and our ship to like break the thing, so they're all distracted, and then we teleport on there while that's happening. And when we finish everything up, our ship can get back to us, so we're not fucked.
Yep.
That seems And I can also just summon a sea serpent to help us on the fight. It's a little helpful. It
A
seems to
little
be.
bit help.
It'll last for a minute in
I have
a round.
Celestial I can summon to help out.
Yeah. We have some powerful summons. So I think the teleport strat is unironically the one thing Chalix would never expect.
It is absolutely suicidal, so no, I don't think they would expect anyone to be dumb enough to attempt it.
That's why we should do it. Because they would never expect it.
Well,
I'm fine with it. Sure.
all right.
All I hear is disappointment.
I'm fine with
silence
it.
of disappointment.
Good.
So
It's so good. I love it.
Jacob
Good
will, twiddle his fingers, keep an eye out using like the a spyglass, and then kind of go point and be like, "Over there" or something. I don't know what he says. I'm not good with being Jacob. Anyway, you're just gonna be like, "Bwownf."
With our weapons out already.
Yeah, and you will be aboard the what part of the ship here? Probably the foredeck is probably what he would easily be able to see of the ship. So you are at the front of the ship,
Right.
next to two light ballistas. On board the top of a massive Chelaxian man o' war. There are, of course, countless sailors going about doing their business that are sort of maybe not noticing you quite yet. You have a little bit of time probably before anybody really noticed that all of a sudden a group of 5 individuals kind of popped into nowhere in the middle of their deck.
Yeah. And then
Do we see the admiral?
You can give me a perception, I guess, then.
Sure. Because that would be the first thing I'd be looking for.
Oh, yeah.
that is the most reasonable thing to look for.
Prepare my action to summon a celestial for 12 minutes.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm preparing to summon a adult sea dragon.
Okay.
My rolls have not been so great.
I mean, that's still a pretty good roll, and enough to
Well,
notice.
I rolled a 9.
You will, of course, see on the opposite end of the ship, on the poop deck, is, of course, the Admiral, along with a Hell Knight, that seems to be next to her, and a couple of officers, and, of course, someone at the helm, and some sailors around and stuff, too. Commanding the ship from its helm. All right. You know where she is. There's a celestial and a sea dragon.
Yeah,
and...
a sea dragon pops up and just does a 50-foot cone of 12d6 fire damage, DC 22. So I think a lot of people get fucking obliterated.
Oh yeah, it just shows up and just goes. Oh, of course, the top of the ship, and what kind of celestial were you summoning?
It's the snake woman.
I mean, she'll bardic performance you, and then sound burst and detonate some sailors.
Yeah, there's a pathway cleared for us to get to this lady.
It's the hot snake lady.
Mm-hmm.
It's a snake Azada.
Yeah.
She is Azada.
With a harp.
Much less cool than a sea dragon.
Yeah, but your lasts a lot longer.
Also, my domains are overpowered.
It's a Lil End, I think.
Yeah, on the land.
Yeah, the sea dragon is a CR12 creature.
Yeah, makes sense. Sea dragon.
So,
What does Bardic Performance give us?
Bonuses to attack and damage. I mean,
she acts as a 7th level bard, so plus 2 it.
Yeah, plus 2.
I also activate my judgment since combat.
Yeah. So I think we mostly casually kind of walk up to this lady because only her actual leveled guards are probably alive and undamaged. But
Yes.
Fire Courage at level 7 is plus to attack and damage and skills. Oh, no, attack and damage.
Okay. So you have arrived at the kind of like walking up. The officers, of course, are drawing their weapons and trying to, like, ready to try to prevent you from trying to climb up the stairs to the poop deck.
Yeah. I guess they do have to make a save.
I was having none of them be affected by a dragon.
That's
the
fair.
dragon is dealing with everyone else.
Yeah, that sounds good. Well, it just is a frightful presence as an aura, but we can ignore it.
It has an aura. It's only so big, but this ship is pretty long. It is a 4-masted sailing ship.
Yeah.
It's a man of war.
Sounds good to me.
Mm-hmm.
How long exactly?
About 130 feet from stem to stern.
Alright.
And 40 feet wide. I forgot to set up the... I do have an actual picture of it, but I didn't set up the map of it. I did not do that, unfortunately. I should have realized you could have gotten that I needed the map, and I did not.
It's box time.
Did we want to wait till next week?
When you have all 5 of you?
Well, we
Up to
can have,
you.
a sassy talk before combat.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we have Henry at least, so we don't just do big combat and Henry's not there.
I mean, having control of Jacub being Jacub stuff would be very entertaining, probably.
Probably be a more effective character.
Yeah, definitely.
I would just cast haste and slow, and that's it. Just fireball after that.
Fireballs.
But
Now,
now,
it's fun.
but that's not the fun of, like, all of a sudden, like, Yaalkol has 7 arms and, like, a third head. Where he didn't have the second head before, but now he's got a third head, which is just weird.
It doesn't come out the spot you'd think a second head would come out. It comes off like the third head spot, which is like the back.
Yeah, so it's like coming out like it's like back behind your other head. So it's just weird. Look, Jacub does weird things to Yaalkol.
Yeah.
No, oh god, no! I just thought.
I'll let Misty handle the initial sass of this lady.
Oh, you're letting the 9 charisma character do this?
I figured you'd have the most beef. I could do it if you want. I just figured you would have the beef. You know what I mean? So it'd be personal.
Man, yeah, Misty.
I could take over if you want.
Misty doesn't really say anything. She just very much looks at this woman. Misty in her Inquisitor garb, very clearly presenting who and what she is.
Get off my ship.
No.
Not going to be yours much longer.
How much loot's on the ship? Can't wait to count it.
I can't wait to display your lifeless bodies from my masts. Perhaps that will be enough to break your little attempt to stop me.
Ooh, your master, your sail's a little on fire.
I'm going to enjoy doing to what I did to all those priests, to you and your friends.
Are we killing her, guys, or is she living? Forget.
What happened?
That's right. What happens, happens. I think this has to happen. As we just shit talk this.
Traitor!
That's
You have done so much to harm Cheliax. Surrender. The Hell Knight that is next to her.
Oh, it's the Hell Knight.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
It's a Hell Knight with a Bardiche in hand.
Okay, I don't know what that is.
It's a type of polearm.
Okay,
yeah,
it's a spear thingy.
It's an axe polearm. To be
Okay.
exact.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, just imagine it's a stick and then there's a fucking big ass axe in that.
Well, I'm glad to see you haven't forgotten me. Do you miss your friends? The ones that are all dead now? Or have you gotten over that?
Hey.
Are you going to continue to harass, leave, or fight?
Wait, who is he, Misty? Is he important?
No, he's a nobody.
Oh, okay. If he was
Also,
important,
it's a she that was talking.
She.
It's
She's a nobody.
She important? Oh, okay. Then don't worry. I'll stab her throat out. On guard. And I think that's
You
probably
pirates
gonna
have
do it.
no tact whatsoever. Anyway, all right, best. That would be initiativing.
Ooh, initiative. It's combat.
Yes. Do we want to hold off then for Henry? Up to you folks. I could get it set up
I
here.
feel like this combat will also take longer than 30 minutes.
That
Yeah.
is probably true.
It is a
Yeah.
Pathfinder combat, so it could either be like
Hey,
free
give it 2
round,
seconds. Oh, yeah.
free round, or ungodly bear
Oh
unbearable.
my god, I have no idea.
And what's funny is those time like 3 rounds or ungodly long could be the same length of time.
Yeah, it could just be the same length of time.
I will tell you, it certainly could be either with the combination of 2 that you have here. Good old Hell Knight and someone who might not be part of the secret police, but certainly was trained by them. Because Druvalia Thrun is an Inquisitor of Thrun.
Makes sense.
Yeah. With 1 level of aristocrat.
Oh, of course.
1 NPC level.
You gotta get
because
the
why not?
skill perks for that one.
Just
That's
gotta get-
probably why.
I think that's exactly why. It's just to
You
get.
have to get the skill props.
Mhm.
Yep, she doesn't even get a bad from it because it's a 3-4-5 class.
Yeah.
That's funny.
Random dip in something.
Just how
Well,
it
it's
is.
an NPC class, so you know.
It is. Anyway, I guess it's very quick, but I guess because we're missing a Henry, and yes, it's going to be a big battle, and I honestly did not know how long you were going to take with your party.
There's, not a lot to discuss.
There kind of was or was not, you could have
Well-
done some more strategizing, but that was a fine
But-
amount. It wasn't terrible.
We're not tactical individuals in real life.
Well, Misty is, but I'm not.
I said in real life,
Yeah.
our
Land-
characters
land
are
tactics-
infinitely more knowledgeable of this than we are.
Land tactics, I can know. I don't know dick about naval stuff.
Also, my big plan was, we set it in Tempest Cave because that's the best spot on the Shackles, and that's what I thought about.
It was a really good spot in the Shackles, and then I was looking through and on the timetable of stuff that I forgot was in there. It's if you wait too long and they manage to get through and start their attack, the first place they go is to Tempest Cay and Drenchport, on their pathway down to Port Peril, because that's their idea. First place, go crush Port Peril, and then there really won't be an easy way for the Shackles to organize a defense once Port Peril is gone.
Yeah, cut it right in half.
So that was their plan, and they certainly had enough ships to. But you managed to gather together an epic fleet to hold against them, and got some allies and a giant squid monster and some other people that probably are doing some very horrible things and stuff like that.
Is this some kind of fox dude who just has shadows that eat people?
Yeah. And some kind of nice lady who technically, I guess one of you be able to notice another sea monster in the water. Maybe, I don't know. You had a lot of
Sounds
time.
like not my problem.
I probably would have noticed it.
Yeah,
Is
God.
there a turtle? Is there a sea turtle?
No, there wasn't a sea turtle.
No,
Damn it.
Let me just-
he's still blind.
Oh, are we theoretically buffed up because we teleported?
I don't know. It's up to you.
Probably.
Yeah, I think we
would
would be,
buff
because
Any
if-
before.
buffs.
Yeah, for minute-long buffs, I think that's probably.
Do you have dungeoneering, Joe?
I don't think so. Give me a second.
Just to check in with, because I can describe what you can see, but I don't think you can identify what you see unless you have it. All right, a horrifying creature that has the upper body of a very beautiful woman, but the lower body of snapping wolf heads and writhing tentacles.
Is that a Voivori? Whatever it's called? Oh no, she's a dragon. A Voivari. It's a dragon.
That's not a dragon.
Yeah. I could summon one, that's why I was like thinking. Is that something I can summon?
I don't think this is something you can summon.
No, that doesn't sound like it.
Yeah. But no. So someone might know what that is, but certainly you don't. But you saw it, and I guess because it's a beautiful woman, it's a very familiar looking woman, you kind of saw her before. Yes. So that'll be a thing that's also in existence. Anyway. So, I guess we will leave it here for this week, because that'll be a thing, you know. We'll kind of review, we'll keep that in mind, but we'll review kind of like buff stuff and things like that, because certainly like, they had their own buffs on, and certainly while you were busy with, setting up dragons and stuff, they finished their buffs, so it's both teams are buffed.
I mean, that's Pathfinder.
Yeah.
If you don't buff, you lose and die.
And they certainly have some buffs they could use, especially the Inquisitor lady.
Yeah. I'll have to plan out which buffs I give everyone over the week.
Yep.
Because I have a lot of spell slots.
I'll have to make sure to set up all that. And I'll try to get the map set up, actually. Because I do have a copy of the... I can get a copy of that set up. Again, that was on me forgetting. Let's give shout-outs then and finish up for a little early today, but you know what? It happens, especially when, we'll start off with a incredibly epic giant battle, and then we'll kind of figure out from there if we go into the resolution or not. I don't know how long it's going to take. It could be short, it could not be. But, Erik, do you have anything to shout out?
Nothing here.
Okay.
I just having a good time with these games.
Mm-hmm. Momo?
You can catch me here and on Discussing Tabletop.
Mm-hmm. So?
Catch here. I think Monday night, 8:30 or 7:30 p.m. EST. We're doing a first session of a mini campaign over there. Twitch.tv/Daily.
Cool.
So.
And
Cool
Joe,
stuff.
anything to shout out then?
Uh,
I mean, that is sort of a thing to shout out, but not really.
He did shout, so I think that qualifies.
Shout it out. Come on now. I don't know the rest of that music.
shout it all out.
There's that too. Myself, Tansdaravan Jacobin. I'm here most days. If you haven't seen, I will be... It's up in the air what my schedule is going to be for the next 2 days. Tomorrow, I have a great aunt had passed away, and I'm going to her funeral. Someone I'm not super close to, but close enough that, it's like I got to go there and be like, hey, everybody, and, things. She was a nice lady at the very least, I can definitely say. So, sorry she passed away. So that will take up a lot of my time. I don't know my exact time for talking tabletop. And then Friday, it sounds like I'm going to be helping my mother with some things I talked about earlier today on my stream a little bit. So up in the air about that day completely. So very well, try to do something tomorrow with tabletop talking. Not exactly sure the timing. The main thing will be on Saturday. I should be back in the morning for tabletop, and then discussing tabletop in the afternoon. Those are the things I can super confirm and say, like, hey, I'll be there. In the meantime, I can say, check out my YouTube side. A lot of these videos go up on there. If you're already on YouTube, hey, join us live on Twitch. It's really great fun. You'll have a good time. Anyway, all my links are around here on the side, or you can go over to the description of the YouTube one. Oh my god, my brain is just falling apart now. We're getting close to midnight. Don't mind me. It's fine. It's fine. Don't worry about it. We're only mostly on fire. It's only a little bit of fire. It's a good kind of fire. Anyway, Discord, Twitter for all my stuff and things like that, or Discord and website formerly known as Twitter because no longer Twitter because fuck you.
Tracks now.
It's so stupid. It's so dumb. I can't help but call it the dumbest thing in existence. Anyway, bye everybody. Bye everybody. I'll get
Goodbye.
farewell. I'm mumbling.